It's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 103, and we're talking the NOTYs 2022. That's not all. We're talking the NOTYs 2021. We're talking Wakanda Forever, God of War. We're just talking, guys. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey, hey.
And we've got Mike on the pod.
If I want to take a guy...
None of your business.
Little pre-show fun for y'all. But,
That's good.
can I be Salt? I'm a Salt. Or Spinderella. I don't want to be Peppa.
Well, Tomas, will you be Peppa?
Nah, I'll just be the record producer, I guess.
Jimmy Jam. All right.
Jimmy Jam.
So yeah, guys, we're talking the Nonsense of the Year awards. It is already mid-November, so we've got to get talking about our end of the year lists. To start that conversation off, we're going to go over what we did last year, but before we get to all of that, let's figure out what everyone figure out. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna ask. We're gonna go around and we're gonna ask what everyone's been up to because it has been too long. Mike, start us off. What you been playing? I see Vampire Survivors back there.
He's got the plug in the background.
I've been surviving. Been warring, with the gods and such.
Oh.
Probably 50-50 amount of time between the two. I think Vampire Survivors came out like a day or two after God of War. And that's just kind of been, if I have a half an hour, I'm going to play Vampire Survivors. Where God of War is like, man, I got to at least have an hour and a half or something to really get into this thing. And I made time for that too, but man, Vampire Survivors has just been my chill out podcast game. Tomas, did you get a chance to check it out yet?
I haven't tried it yet. I've been entirely way too busy the past.
I hear you. I hear you, man. But this is essentially, it's almost like an idle game in a way, but you still have to move around. And you're controlling like a Simon Belmont type looking character, and you're just like whipping, like every few seconds you'll whip, and swarms of enemies are coming at you. You're like in an open field, and it looks like a 8-bit, 16-bit kind of graphics, and you're just leveling up, and you're killing monsters, leveling up, picking new weapons to do. So eventually, you're not only whipping, but you're throwing the crosses. Your holy water's flying everywhere. And like maybe you have like a garlic force field around you, so you can just literally stand still, and these waves and waves of things that look like castle, like you got your bats and your zombie characters, you have even like the skeletons from Symphony of the Night with like the tonfas and stuff. Like there's some really deep cut enemies that you're running into, but they're like they put their own spin on it. It's like little chibi-ish versions of all of these classic monsters and stuff. And you're just seeing how far you can go, because every 5 minutes is when a giant wave of stuff, like the level of monster you're facing is constantly changing. And it's just dope. It's just really good. And it's on Game Pass and Steam right now. It seems just tailor-made for Switch. I hope that
I hope I get it
soon, because I'll buy it on Switch as well. I really want to just play it there, honestly.
It's another Symphony of the Night. You gotta buy it on every platform.
I mean, yeah, this is like a new Binding of Isaac for me. Like where I will just, wherever this game is available, I'm probably gonna buy it to just unlock stuff for the rest of my life. And that's really the hook, though. Every kind of run, you're kind of unlocking something new, because like if you got a certain item to level 5, you'll unlock a better version of that item, and then you'll like, well, I want to find out what that item does, and you just kind of doing runs over and over again, kind of like Hades does, pulls you right back in.
I love Hades so
Oh,
much.
you said the magic word.
You can see my little stuffed Zagreus right in the background
Yeah,
there.
you
Right. But see, this game has no narrative. None of that.
just straight in there.
Perfect game. If you like when games were good.
silly boy. What a silly boy.
Games. No, we're going to talk about the flippity flop of Vampire Survivors.
The all narrative game.
The really other than Survivors and God of War, we'll have a bigger discussion.
Are we having the
about
Metal Gear
that.
Solid 4 talk?
Oh man,
It's time. Episode 103 has to be the Metal Gear Solid 4 talk.
Is it going to be as long as the cutscenes in that game?
just other than that stuff, really keeping up with Andor. Love it. And White Lotus season 2 has been pretty good so far.
The
Episode
Lotus.
11 of Andor, right? Was the most recent?
Yeah, it was today. Last week's episode, man. The episode before that one, man. The 7 episodes before, man. No, it's very good. It's very good. I don't mean to overhype it, but I do, because I'm confident that if you watch it, you're gonna dig it.
I think 12 is the finale, right? Or like the
Yeah, there's gonna be one more next week. Yep.
Nice.
Damn.
Then we'll dive in.
And we can dive in. Heck yeah. That's exciting.
It comes on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Nice.
Wednesday is Andor Day.
Did any of the rest of you see Wakanda Forever?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, we should remain spoiler free for
Yeah,
Tomas.
yeah,
but
okay.
what'd you think of
I've
it,
heard
Mike?
nothing but great things.
Mike's about to burst your bubble.
Oh no!
No,
This is gonna be another 411 Panther. What's going on?
I think it could. I think it wanted to be a great movie.
Oh,
and it was
no.
really trying. No, I think it's still impressive what it pulls off. It at times it's like this gripping drama. At other times it is a great action movie. I was really impressed with the fight choreography, especially compared to the first Black Panther, which I thought was the weak point really at the end. I don't know. It's a really mixed bag, and there's a lot of good in the mix, and there's just some stuff that didn't fully work out for me. I'm one of the main characters I really jived with, and another main character I don't really jive with that much, and that kind of was the split for me. But the good definitely outweighs the bad. I think it's maybe the best Marvel movie of the year. I don't know. I'd have to look deep inside myself.
Ooh. Might come up in our naughty discussion. We'll see. You loved it, right, Kayla? I mean,
Did, and I
good.
kind of think I had such low expectations for it because I was like, you just can't go in there expecting Black Panther. Like, this is gonna be a hard thing to do. It's gonna be all right, but I was like really, really sucked in at some points. Like, holy shit, what? Whoa. And there were other times where it's just a little bit slower.
This was the longest movie I've ever seen in my life.
It did feel super long.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff that they do. They do a lot.
Now, mind you, I was having a very frustrating movie theater experience. We took the whole gang.
That's tough, baby.
They let their they thought they was watching it at the house. You know what I mean? They were comfortable at the movie theater, and so the movie just seemed like, oh god, is this 7 hours? This is so long.
May need a rewatch.
Did they enjoy that R-rated The Menu trailer?
interesting. Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think that happened for us.
Oh, happened for us.
Yeah.
And it was like an R-rated trailer. There was
So we had a Haim
shit.
music video in front of us.
Oh, we did not.
Oh, like
Okay.
licorice pizza.
Oh, okay.
No, that when I saw Licorice Pizza, there was a music video in front of it, and you guys didn't see that. So
No,
Yeah.
always
no, we
thought
did
that
not.
I don't remember that.
No.
I do now. It's coming back to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right about it being like just it is overstuffed. I think the most though like impressive thing about the movie is that like they had like an impossible task to like deal with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and figuring out how to pass on Black Panther, how to go on with the franchise, connect it to the rest of the MCU, and I think they did it. Like, I think that's the one thing. Like, I think they were successful in like doing the Black Panther stuff, like figuring out a way to make it make sense, like his death, and in a really like kind of moving and not silly. Like, they could have done a lot of very like silly things or what have you, things that wouldn't have maybe like honored Chadwick Boseman in a way, but I think they just like kept it really like honored him in a lot of ways, and I thought that was like the most successful thing about the movie. And the villain, another great Black Panther villain in my opinion.
I wanted to ask Tomas if he knows who Namor is.
The Submariner?
Yeah.
Like, you're who I turn to for like.
In the comics, they got mad beef.
Exactly. You're the one who knows anything about Namor prior to watching this.
Wakanda and Atlantis? Nah, bro. And the funny thing is, they were both on the Illuminati at some point, too, so. Didn't really see eye to eye too well, though.
Stewart took that over. But.
Yeah. The Illuminati scene in this one.
Naughty. Illuminati naughty.
Oh, that's good. I thought it was good, maybe not great, maybe like too much stuff in there, but just a really good. The highs were very high, and the lows weren't like game breaking. It wasn't like this movie sucks because they added too many characters. There are a lot of characters in this movie. Like, that's the one thing. New characters introduced, new cameos, all kinds of stuff.
Everything in this phase of Marvel.
Yeah, it feels a lot like that. It feels, unfortunately, that it has to like be part of that. Like, it could have like existed as its own kind of thing, like just a cool sequel to Black Panther, only dealing with the Black Panther stuff. And they were like, well, we got to MCU it, right? We got to like make this work for all the other things we're doing. And I think that's the least successful part of it for me. But
now I gotta ask. Have they officially like confirmed mutants then?
I mean,
because Namor is a mutant.
If you want to know whether if they say mutant in this movie or not, I can tell you.
Do I get mutie? Give me some muties, baby. Please, I just want X-Men.
I mean, just as there are...
He literally says X-Men in 2026.
Yeah, it's weird. It was really weird. Everyone was like, what are you talking about? That's not... Yeah, it was great. It was a great scene. It was touching. It's like, you're at Chadwick's funeral. What are you doing?
Gula gula ka. Oh, no. I don't even know if that's what he says.
It sounded good to me.
Midnight Boys, though. Oh gosh. But Wakanda Forever. Go check it out, Tomas. It's a lot of fun. It's
once life like dies down a little bit. Good God.
God of War has consumed about, I think, 25 hours of our life at this point, Kayla?
Yes.
That game been out for like a day and a half.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm at that hot 9. I'm at that 9.
Oh man, it's.
How do you do it, man?
Every time I'm not.
We did not do anything else.
God of War.
Now, see, I don't have next gen. Although I have considered getting it for my PS4 just to hear it sound like a jet engine.
It's honestly, I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, and it is loud. It's very loud. I've heard, I had a friend from work say that he's playing it on a base PS4, and it's performing fine for him.
Okay.
I would say this one's a tad buggy, nothing game breaking.
Ooh.
But there have been some little visual things that maybe it's the PS4, maybe that
Probably.
those things don't happen on the PS5. But just some like when action's getting crazy and you're doing these like glory kills and stuff like that. There's some weird kind of like. Oh, that enemy like kind of went into the ground a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, like
in a way
where's
it
that
shouldn't
dude's
have.
body?
Yeah, you know.
It's just a floating head.
So just having some fun with the geometry there.
Right.
gotta free up some RAM to keep the game moving.
But
I have a pretty funny clip of me kicking an enemy and them just like not falling like into the like death pit of the outer area of the game, but like just floating there and like it like T-posing and trying to figure out what to do with itself until finally being positioned back onto the battlefield for me to finish it off. But
so it's not just a PS4 problem then.
Game of the year, let's go.
Oh, I thought it was fun. I don't mind. Stuff
it's
like
not
that.
game breaking. It's not even.
Yeah, as long as it's not like. And
it doesn't happen often.
No, it's just.
It's not Cyberpunk.
No, it is not Cyberpunk by any means. And the nice thing is like that's the only visual stuff like that, or the only kind of buggy stuff that has been in like those heavy action scenes in fighting, like with enemies and stuff. Every cutscene, every like vista you look at, you can spin the camera around. I mean,
can you cruise the vista?
Oh man, I'm cruising the vista,
and that's kind of an aspect of this game that I wish I had more. I wish I could like kind of
literally just cruise.
You could go there, kind of thing, because there's so many cool things. The
cool.
art in this game is off the charts. It is just. The Sony Santa Monica, whatever, those
Santa Monica
people that work there deserve, I don't know, some raises.
Yeah,
some percentage of the take on this game or something, because it's just great. It's just this game has the story, the gameplay, the graphical fidelity, the lore, and it's got it all. I don't know. It's just.
So excited about this series, like in the sense that like it, you went from one era of gods, now you're going through another era of gods. Give me some Aztecs, or give me some Kratos killing some pharaohs.
I will say, like there's some collectibles and stuff that like they're like playing with that idea a little bit, like
they need to, man.
It could happen. Like it could very easily just right.
The reboot, whatever.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
I'm playing on like the difficulty above normal.
Ooh. And went for professional.
Man.
I didn't want to go. I just wanted a little sting. I want to feel some, and that. I had to get really good at that combat. Like when I played the first game, I didn't feel like I had to get good at the combat until the Valkyrie type fights.
Yeah, they were tough.
In this, I had to get good first fight. Like it was like, all right,
turned it into a Souls game.
And then you do 2 boss fights early on, like kind of back to back in a way. And that second one, I had to get real good. I had to get like in order to keep moving. And I feel like the game has just kind of got like I've had to keep learning still. Like every kind of new area, I still have to like, and it just feels good. It feels kind of how I felt playing Bloodborne or something like that. And it just feels good when you die at something over and over for me, and then you just learn the perfect kind of way to beat these like little arena encounters or a boss fight or something. It's really satisfying for me. And the exploration, the side quests, everything's good. Everything's really good so far. I even hit a spot in the game where I'm like, man, why are they doing this right now? And by the end of that spot, I was really into it. So, yeah, it's great. I don't know. What do you guys have to say about it?
Review of the year over there.
I mean, Kayla mentioned something that like really hit me as soon as she said it. It does a really good job of like Metroidvania style games always have the issue of like oh, you got to figure out a way in the beginning of the game to like take away the characters' like powers and abilities and stuff like that, and like explain why they can't open doors and stuff. I feel like this game has done a really good job of introducing kind of brand new and very much like tied into the story, like traversal mechanics and like ways to unlock areas, unlock chests and stuff that just like make sense. Like, oh, why weren't they in the first game? Oh, because of, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything, but like because of where the story takes you and like characters you meet and maybe items you pick up and stuff like that. And it just kind of makes a lot of sense, like narratively, and
they're not afraid to poke fun at it either. There's dialogue that's like, well, what happened to all of the stuff I made for you? I used it.
Did Samus lose her armor?
Man, I love Kratos.
It's done. I broke it, motherfucker.
That's it. Break that shit.
And I said that to Eric 15 hours ago into the game, and they are still figuring it out. Still giving you things that keep you, you know, wanting to level up, wanting to gain more points, wanting to discover more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, if just from like a visual standpoint, it's one of those games where you're like, how can, this is it. This is like, games can't get better, right? Like they can't look more pretty than this at this point, and it, you know, they will because they always do. But like, it's like, oh, when the PS6 is out, how can anything be more pretty than this game? It's nuts.
Man, we're going to be in the Matrix by then.
Have you guys noticed a Naughty Dog kind of influence on this game, though, in a way? Just how they seem like they're shooting for the top spot, kind of. Like they're gunning for Naughty Dog, and they're even kind of borrowing a few of their kind of tricks, it seems.
I mean...
If it works.
It's a fun adventure exploring. We got little quips in there, like it keeps you laughing. It's what I want in the game.
I think it's perfected a thing that like Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us 2 did really well, of like having a long stretch of very like linear kind of gameplay and then opening up into like a not fully open world, but like a nice confined like open world. God of War just does it like multiple times. I've already kind of ran into situations like that multiple times, so it's kind of just a burnout version of that. But like I definitely feel very much like, oh, this feels like the Naughty Dogs, like Uncharted 4 or Last of Us 2, how they kind of had those sections like that. Kind of completely optional, really. Like there's just a ton of like optional stuff, but it feels very like
God of War does that stuff 10 times better than the Naughty Dog stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely give it that.
Ooh,
I think so.
shade.
I think the way that they like weave in like the narrative aspects of it, like with Mimir on your belt and stuff, just like telling you the history of the world and stuff while you're doing it. Like there's whole like long stretches of dialogue you'd never really get if you didn't explore a little bit. So it's like an additional reward to the fact that you're also picking up cool items and upgrades and stuff like that if you're branching out a little bit.
I want to
like
hear
learning half of the
everything
story
Mimir
through
has to
tapes.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
BioShock.
Right.
Oh yeah, I read every codex entry because it's like written in Mimir's like voice.
That's like the Halo series. Like
That's
you don't
great.
get shit unless you check out all the terminals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool way to tell a story. Like it incentivizes going off and doing these things. And I was mentioning to Kayla that a lot of open world games, or even semi-open world like this one, fall into the trap of like, oh, the thing you're doing is so like the main narrative or whatever is so world-ending, so like important that you really wouldn't, if you were put in that situation, go off and explore. You'd go and like fight the boss or whatever. You know,
He's gonna go pick some berries over here.
Right, but I feel like God of War does such a good job of like the main like thrust of the narrative and the main story and stuff is not like necessarily very time sensitive, not very like you're not necessarily, at least 25 hours into it, like saving the world or something. It's very more like insular and like about the characters and stuff, and it makes sense. And even like there's some dialogue that really hits home, like, hey, we're doing this for a reason. Like, you as a player, you're going off and doing a side quest and stuff, but there's some cool dialogue, some things that like Kratos says to Atreus and some other characters as to like why he would just go off into another realm and explore or something, and not necessarily push the main story forward. And I think it just does a wonderful job of that.
They poke fun at that stuff too. They thought of like every kind of like way you could poke holes at the plot or something. They've tried to either just roll with it that it's ridiculous, or actually have like a decent way of making it fit with the narrative, like Eric said. And man, hats off to him so far. It's exceptional.
Nice.
Yeah. Any last minute thoughts on God of War, Kayla? Anything?
Nope.
And there we go.
Yeah, definitely.
Game of the year.
Hey, it's probably going to be brought
a
up.
contender.
It's going to be.
I was going to try to transition us
Certainly
into the NOTYs, because obviously this is going to be something that we talk about in there, and I wasn't ready.
We'll see.
I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about with that game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What we can transition to, what we cranberry.
Big games this year.
What we can transition to is the game of the war. The game. Goodness, tonight's not the night for talking, folks. The Game Awards announced their nominees for this year, and God of War is amongst the 6 Game of the Year contenders. I should be calling it God of War Ragnarok. That's the full title. Also, we got Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What were the other ones? We had Horizon, Forbidden
Elden
West,
Ring.
and Elden Ring, right? That's all 6. So a couple interesting ones on there. Obviously, we've heaped a ton of praise on God of War Ragnarok. Earlier in the year, we couldn't say enough about Elden Ring. I don't think any of us have played Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or plan to. Apparently, that's like a 300-hour RPG or something.
That's rough, man.
That was Tomas's beat, but he didn't do it. So
I didn't do it.
he's supposed to. Didn't do his homework.
Fell down a few rabbit holes with my Switch.
But I think probably the one that stands out the most as like, maybe this doesn't fit in here is Stray. Not that we didn't. I personally loved Stray. It might come up at our end of the year talks, but I don't know if it necessarily stands up with
Eric.
Hey, I love Stray, but I'm saying I don't think it stands up with Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon. I mean, those are.
Stray wouldn't make us top 6 any year. I don't think.
Wow.
Maybe like that weird
It did.
Shadow of Mordor year where there really wasn't.
Oh yeah,
like, maybe
2014, right? That was
that
was
you're
a
right.
Weird one, yeah.
And they could have picked so many other choices, like something like a Neon White, which was like really huge this year, or Tunic, our beloved Tunic.
Tunic.
But I don't know. That seemed just like
you had like 3 Pokemon games to pick from. So
yeah, even Arceus honestly could have made the cut over Stray. Stray had as many technical problems for me as Arceus did. I don't know.
Fucked up, man.
Stray I enjoyed overall, but it was kind of just like it was a novelty for me overall.
Yeah,
I don't think it doesn't deserve to be honored that way. I don't think.
I think when we talked about it on the pod, we were like, "Oh, this is a cool first attempt. Like, I want to see Stray 2 and where they can build on this kind of thing because it was a lot of fun. But it's a pretty small game and it's not like anything,
We didn't mention Plague Tale, right? That
is it. I'm like, we are definitely missing one.
Right.
And last but not least, Plague Tale Requiem, another
game I haven't even heard of.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And enjoyed it very much so.
Nice.
Shame on us.
Yeah, really, I screwed up on that one because that is.
Tell me, Sonic Frontiers ain't on that list.
I'm gonna play that soonish. That'll probably be a Christmas gift for one of the games. So.
There you go.
But I don't know. I was able to guess the three obvious ones, and it was kind of. I thought they wouldn't really. You couldn't really make a mistake, but they managed to do with the other three. I think just picking. Even a vampire. People wanted Vampire Survivors, like huge game this year. I don't know. It's all right. It's a 2-horse race though. It's gonna come down between two studios that have won this award in the past. So I don't know how that's. You can't really say, oh well, God of War won it, so it's not going to give it to the sequel because they won for Sekiro, and this is not Sekiro 2, but Elden Ring is from it's a FromSoft game through and through. So I'm really interested in how that's going to shake out.
Game of the year, not as fun as nonsense of the year. It never is. It's just it's just not. So we should have our naughty talk. I think let's talk naughty.
Blah blah.
I think I'd like to remind everyone what we came to the conclusion of. We had 6 categories last year, and we picked 5 items in each category that we kind of came to a consensus was the best of the best in every category, and we had a lot of fun discussions. If you haven't checked out those episodes, go and check those out. Nonsense of the Year Awards 2021, we'll be doing it again this year. But we broke it down into biggest disappointments, best characters, games of the year, movies of the year, best moment, and TV of the year. So 6 categories that we kind of picked 5 things that really stood out from the crowd in no particular order. But here they are. In biggest disappointment, we picked E3. We picked GTA Trilogy Remaster, Deathloop. Remember Deathloop, folks? 12 Minutes and Shang-Chi No Kissy.
Most
Shang-Chi,
important one.
that was number 1, I think. Shang-Chi No Kissy. It was we had a long list of we had 21 nominees overall, and we got that down to 5. It was maybe a disappointing year overall.
Very.
Best characters we gave to Mayor Sheehan from Mayor of Easttown, Fred Hampton.
There you go.
He is a revolutionary. Willie Jack from Reservation Dogs, Yelena from Black Widow, and Father Paul Pruitt from Midnight Mass.
I would. This is my regret, and I wish we would have had one of the arcane characters over Yelena. I think.
Oh, over Yelena. Interesting.
I think. I don't know.
We had Vi and
you nominated Yelena.
I know.
I stand by Yelena.
Up at night.
I stand by Yelena.
I'm saying
over Jinx.
I regret it. I would have let you have Vi or V or whatever her name is. Vi, yeah.
Vi. All right.
Bye.
Well, We'll have some spirited discussions this year too. Best moment, we picked the end of Loki season 1. Kang the Conqueror is revealed. The Kang Gang was formed. We picked what were we arguing about? The beach scene on from Old.
So good.
What a moment. We picked I Am a Revolutionary. Fred Hampton's speech.
Jills.
Wonderful. The bridge battle, Echo versus Jinx in Arcane, and Joe Colley's death,
Joe Gert.
from Midnight Mass. That was a lot of fun. 24 nominees in that category. That was
God damn.
That was a lot. Games of the year. There were 13 nominees. The 5 that were left standing were Resident Evil Village, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Monster Hunter Rise, and The Forgotten City. Fun year. Year of loops. Forgotten City was the best of the loops. What do we think? What do we think about the games last year? Pretty solid.
Shame It Takes Two isn't up there though.
That was my game of the year, personally. I think.
AOE 4. Let's go.
Yeah, Age of Empires 4 should have, swept.
You guys could have sacrificed, something to put up. It Takes Two.
We had like a 2-hour discussion about Age of Empires during that pod.
Man, I couldn't. I can't take anything off. I mean, like maybe Resident Evil Village. Maybe I don't know. Just because
you did not play Monster Hunter Rise, so
right. But I
did.
It's easy for me to kick out.
I'm good.
It was fucking dope.
But I know that was Mike's number 1 game of last year. Like I mean, so. My number, 1.
I was glad Dread made it on. That was like, okay, I'm glad that one.
That game was wonderful.
Was great.
Wonderfully frustrating.
We can all agree on Dread. Let's focus on that.
We can kick out the Forgotten City.
We'll never see another Metroid game ever
City
again.
was so fun.
Don't say that.
Over the Village, though?
Yeah.
I think
Samus is a Metroid now.
Resident Evil Village is like the
full circle
4th best Resident Evil game at this point. I think.
Okay.
It's just that. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's it was fun. It was great.
I just replayed RE4 to get myself ready for the remake.
I'm also going to do that. I want
games
to be able to tell
man.
every difference. Oh yeah, I already know that.
Getting fucking solid.
It's a
You're gonna play it on
over here, but all right.
If you're gonna play it on the Switch, though, you got to switch them fucking controls up, man. The default controls on the Switch.
It's always like
I was like, how the hell do? I'm like, got my knife and the gun out at the same time. I'm like, what?
It's always on sale for like $4 or $5 on the eShop, and I'm like, should I buy it for the 8th time?
It's worth it.
It is worth exactly $5.
I literally ran through that game in like an hour. It's a replay.
Sick.
Max Magnum.
But I would have been fine with Village not making. I think we all kind of had it. At least a couple of us did and it got locked in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had such a big discussion about it too. Like we had a whole spoiler cast. And
we did, and we got Heisenberg out of that.
I was about to say, okay. So I noticed that Eric posted like another thing to like download like script wise. It was either today or yesterday. And I was like at work. I'm like, oh, let me download this real quick on my files. And then I'm like going through my files on my phone, and they're usually just podcast stuff. And then there's a Duncan, Idaho. MP3. I'm forever on my phone. It's nice little jingle during my lunch break. That was pretty good.
Duncan, Idaho might come back out, folks. Speaking of movies, our movies of 2021 were Bo Burnham's Inside, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Suicide Squad, The Green Knight, and The Lost Daughter. A lot of those there.
Man, that's a good list.
That's a good list, right? Oh, man, what we had 14.
Mortal Kombat.
I love that list.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat was great.
God, we kicked off like this pod with that. God, the same thing with like Judas and the Black Messiah. Those are like episodes like 3 and 4.
Yeah. What a movie!
We gave Mortal Kombat its due. We liked it.
When we getting more, dog?
Hey,
Just listen.
they're
to
filming in
Bo
Gary right now.
Just listen to Inside the other day. Holds up.
Oh yeah,
Makes me just as sad as the first time.
I would be fine with Inside being our number one, honestly. Yeah.
Ooh.
Overall, final category was TV of the year. I think we all loved Mayor of Easttown. That was one of the choices.
So good.
Arcane, also fantastic show. Midnight Mass, also very, very good. Loki, possibly, probably, definitely the best Marvel TV show. And Castlevania Season 4. A wonderful wrap up to the Castlevania saga.
Oh, nice. Need more.
Yeah.
Give me more.
We had a kind of a short list because I think I remember that one. We had a lot of the same nominees. We were just these are the best. These are the best things. Poor Succession.
Be tougher this year, I think.
Yes.
I think it might be tougher.
Holy shit. I do not think TV could have been better than it. I thought best TV year maybe ever for me last year. I loved the TV last year. This year, fuck last year. This is the year of TV. Like, God damn, we're gonna have to do 10.
Well, let's talk about what
fives.
The 2 fives. We should talk about, do we want to make any changes to how we do the nonsense of the year? I mean, this will be our second ever, so that's a lot to make changes. We had 6
need to go
categories.
Nintendo with it and completely change the sequel to every.
Yeah.
Zelda 2, this shit.
Wow.
We're gonna do best album. Yeah, best.
There we go.
I listened to at least one of those this year. I think I liked it.
Oh, I did not like Olivia Rodrigo's album. I was not a fan.
That's last year anyway, I think.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, forget about that.
Old man.
It wouldn't have won last year either. Okay, let's talk if we need to make any actual changes. We got the 6 categories: disappointment, moment, character, movie, TV, video game. Those all feel really good. They felt really good last year. I know in the past you mentioned like ensemble, Mike, as an option. I think there's a great, top of my mind, there's a great nominee that I'd make for
I think there's 10 for that. I think we could do it, I don't know. For me, this year has just been wow, this cast and group of characters in games, in movies, in TV have been some phenomenal, ensemble casts, I think. So.
Best cast, kind of just, cast ensemble. Interesting. What do you think about that one, Kayla? Do you got some things that you would nominate? You think you don't have to say them necessarily, but
sure. There's even stuff that might not make best TV or best film, but I might nominate for best cast.
Right.
My whole thing for it was man, I love this. This part of this thing is so great. Even though it might not make another list. That's my, like Kayla said, that's my reasoning really to have it. Just to honor the things that need it. They need a way, Eric.
I don't like doing anything with what we already have. I think our ground level stuff is good, but I would be willing to add to it. I do like best cast / ensemble.
Okay.
I do like that.
I think I want to do disappointments again.
That's got to be the best part.
Oh, okay. The airing of grievances. All right.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, I've got some things.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It is such a negative category where everything else is just about celebrating our
favorite
stuff.
Look at how many we had last year.
We had a lot of disappointments.
I mean, some of it just breeds the most discussion.
That's fun.
When you talk about disappointments.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start getting in that headspace because I try to make this list and I'm man, what really pissed me off this year? And I got 2, that I'm really.
You can bring 2 to the table.
Okay. I'm trying. I'll make a 5, of course, but
Got a new Pokemon game coming out in 2 days. That's probably going to disappoint me. So.
Why doesn't this thing age with me?
And I mean, the thing is, like how we broke it down pretty granularly. Like last year, we didn't say that like Shang-Chi was a disappointment, but we said like, hey, Shang-Chi doesn't get him some, you know. So
one thing you wanted to happen,
right? You know, like it offers a lot of options as far as that goes.
Okay, yeah, I needed to find it. That's
we gotta start doing some digging.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
Holiday weekend coming up.
Oh yeah. I've been working on my shit since fucking forever ago.
Oh yeah,
I've been trying to.
I got Euphoria stuff on this phone. You know, I got thoughts on Euphoria.
Oh,
boy, do I got thoughts on that show.
Oh,
fuck.
Okay, I say we add the ensemble/cast category and go with 7 categories this year.
Ooh, lucky number 7.
I think that's good. I think that's a solid addition, and we'll see where that goes.
It's tough to really branch out in any other kind of way because we have, we don't want to do best episode or something.
No.
I think moments is so much better.
Yeah.
You can't really do genres of things. I like keeping it just the top of the, top of the crop, baby.
Best 5 film noir.
We never really talk probably enough about music, sound, etc. on here when it comes to just all of our favorite stuff. So that's like a thought maybe for the future. If we don't add it necessarily this year, just like a thought of like some of these games, some of these shows, movies had some really like,
great scores, great stuff.
Yeah, so it's not something I personally like think of a ton in the moment. It's usually like, like I can think of a couple in my mind right now, but like I'm sure at the time I heard some stuff that I really liked and I just didn't even think to like write it down or like commit it to memory. And that's my problem with when it comes to sound.
I like
to stick out more to me.
I like having that goal for next year of like trying to, because I'm all for having that category for sure.
The 2023 Grammy Awards will have a Best Video Game Soundtrack category.
Oh, that's awesome.
They announced that today. But that can be kind of inspiring, maybe, if you will.
Music.
That, like Eric said, I will probably not be very strong in that category, but I would try. I would make it a point to be more aware.
I got to put my headphones on when I'm playing more often. It's like now it's just like I'm like put it on, zooming out, It's like normally just laying on bed with, Jackie with Jeopardy or Seinfeld on in the background. So it's like not hearing the slappers like I used to. But the ones that are ingrained. Like I could literally turn my brain on and like I'm listening to the soundtrack of like Shadow of Colossus, or I can hear the song for Mall C in like Tekken 4.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, maybe for 2023 we'll take a hard look at some sound, some music. I like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love music.
So before we wrap up the NOTY conversation, we should make sure to make some recommendations, like the can't miss stuff, the stuff that we definitely want to have conversations by the end of the year, stuff that maybe Mike and Tomas or myself or Kayla haven't checked out, or Ryan and Aaron will be part of these conversations. They'll submit lists and be on the episodes. So I've got a one right off the top of my head that I think would be worth checking out for anyone who wants to. It's the After Party on Apple. So tougher to find. It's on Apple TV Plus, but I think that is a fun show, and I think it fits the ensemble category very well. So if we get into some deep conversations on that, I think I'd like people to have check that out.
Make the 2 5s. Do you think it's 2 5 worthy?
In that category, I think it might be. It really might be. The way it specifically plays with like the idea of an ensemble is really important. So
I agree with that. It's also on my list.
So that was my first recommendation, because I think only me and Kayla checked that one out, and I'd like more of you guys to check that one out.
You buy my Apple subscription, I'll do it.
Well, you also got a birthday coming up, Tomas.
Hey.
Oh yeah, God, don't remind me. Crippling mortality is just crushing me.
What about you, Tomas? What's your biggest recommendation for the year?
I don't know. I've only ever like I watched like the big stuff. You know, it's like I still need to finish Rings of Power, but I've watched a good majority of that. I've just been enjoying that because of like the scenery and the backdrops a lot. It's a little bit more, you know, like okay, so
beautiful
like
show.
Yeah, Game of Thrones, you know, fucking and killing all day. And don't get
We've
me wrong,
all watched House of Dragons.
I'm I'm on board all day for Game of Thrones. I know what I'm getting into. You know, Damon's my boy. That was yeah. But Lord of the Rings. You know, it's Tolkien, so you know, it's like it's fun, it's whimsy. I love like, you know, I love me some like elf shit and some fucking the fucking dwarves. They're my boys. But yeah, those two were the ones that like stuck out the most for me. Like everything else, like I would like start a show and then like I just like felt like I was slogging through the rest of it. Like I felt like that with Sandman. I didn't even finish Umbrella Academy season 3.
Man, I forgot about Sandman.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I forgot about Sandman too. I'm like, oh man, we're having this podcast. Let's try to remember some shit.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy some of the smaller shit. Like This Fool was a nice little surprise, like comedy wise.
Yes,
and
good show.
I think Only Murders in the Building season 2 was fun. Yeah, so you know, a little bit more like lighthearted, less.
I love those
like
things.
More bite-sized stuff is kind of like where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
So.
No, I feel that.
But I'm definitely on board with not Lord of the Rings. Fucking House of the Dragon was my shit. I enjoyed it. And I was like, I couldn't stay up like to watch it on Sundays because I'm old. But come home on Monday. What up? Like first I get dinner ready and I'm watching. I would go to work and tell all my coworkers like, don't say shit. And then I go home.
How nice it must be to work with people who watch anything.
There's just
I take that back. My coworkers watch things, but they watch like Dahmer and
see, I'm not about that life.
Yeah, my
Unsolved
work too.
Mystery. Like I like Unsolved.
It's a lot of Yellowstone and
stuff.
Yeah, I get the Yellowstone thing too.
Made.
I tried Yellowstone, man, and like we get it. You guys are like you're tough. It's like, let's dial that down like at least like 10 degrees, guys. Fuck. We raise cattle and shoot stuff.
Yeah, I do not worry about any spoilers happening with people I work with.
They just come in and did you see how tough they were this week? Holy shit, they were tough.
They all got put like the little symbols on their fucking trucks. I mean, I live in Florida, man. Come on. Everybody be down with the Yellowstone over here. They wish they had hills.
So, Mike, did Tomas steal your thunder? Were you going to recommend Yellowstone?
Yellowstone.
No, it was going to be 1887 or whatever the hell that.
Oh, okay. Spin-off show.
No, I mean, we all have the Disney Plus, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We give our money to the Mouse Gang every month.
Yeah, I do. I don't use it as often as I should.
Andor, 100%. I recommend and everyone listening to this, everyone in the world, go watch it. The world is listening. I understand. Go watch it. Stop this now. Stop the podcast.
Oh.
Go watch it. It's that good.
Ooh.
But I also want you guys to just watch a little bit. The episodes are 8 minutes long of Bluey.
Bluey.
Oh yeah, nice.
Give me 3 Blueys. Any 3. I will guarantee you pick any random 3 Blueys, and you're gonna be your day is gonna be better.
My little niece is coming over next Wednesday, and we'll watch some Bluey, I think.
Do it.
Put on some Bluey, man. She'll know that shit.
Yeah, that's probably Max's
She is a
pick of the
Blues
year.
Clues fan,
Right?
So.
Oh.
She's a Blues Clues.
Bluey whips Blue's Clues ass.
Oh,
Bluey,
Blues
I've heard
Clues
things.
too.
watch some Bluey, Kayla, and tell me which show kicks ass after that.
All right.
So I want you guys can give me some Bluey. I need to stop saying Bluey.
Yeah, I don't want to give you any Bluey, man. I don't want to do it.
That was worse.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I know God of War is kind of a big ask.
For me.
I want you guys to try Marvel Snap.
Oh yeah, Marvel.
Snapping on them.
Okay.
It's on
All right.
mobile.
It's a mobile.
You know, it's really fun. Give it a shot.
Snapping on them.
Snap.
Give me 3 Blueys of Marvel Snap, please.
Sounds like prison lingo, man.
Yes.
And a pack of cigarettes.
I have a question about kind of momenty stuff. If I could maybe not here, but private, like just message you guys, like check out a YouTube clip of this or something. I don't know for that.
Ooh,
I like it.
I like that.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, because I feel like one of my recommendations is Immortality, which I don't like. That's a big ask too, but I feel like if you guys could also check that out on YouTube,
I want to
probably playthroughs or something like that, and it's probably like someone could probably compile like an hour long and be done with it, kind of like compilation of that entire game or something pretty easily.
Yeah, the main focus anyways.
Yeah, if you know what to click on, then you know it's
That's probably how I'm getting in God of War before the end of the year. So
nice.
Put that on in the back. First good Let's Play I find, it's probably going to be that.
Just a note, Tomas, I don't think Jackie will like this that you watch of Immortality. I don't think it's going to be her jam.
Oh, no.
It's weird stuff.
Yeah, if you check it out. It's
just a fair warning.
It's weird, yes. But
all my Let's Play consumptions are usually like when she's doing other stuff. Like
okay.
Yeah, that's
to all the listeners out there too. Like check it out, but just be aware. It's a little different.
Yes, it's quite different. It's quite different.
Okay, no.
And I think it's like, probably triggering for, I mean, there's a lot of dark shit in it. So, you know, if you don't like dark shit, you might not like Immortality. But, you know, sometimes you got to look into the void, right?
The concept of immortality is horrifying. Just living until the heat death of the universe. What up? Let's go.
How about you, Kayla? You have any off the top of the dome recommendations?
I think I've said this before. I'm going to say it again, and it's a little weird, but I'm going to say Station 11 because I didn't love the show. There's like a whole part of the show that I am not a fan of, but man, to moments, there's an entire moment episode that I will be talking about. So
there you
that.
go. There you go.
Second.
I would also
forgot about that show.
Yeah, very early in the year. Yeah.
Yep.
Our Flag Means Death. And
so good.
The Shrink Next Door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one.
Again on Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was fun. Did you ever finish Winning Time, Mike?
Man, no. I gotta do it.
I think Tomas, you need to check that one out too. Winning Time is a lot of fun.
I keep just somehow forgetting that is also another great HBO show that I have in my back pocket.
I'm a little torn with that because Dr. Bus or whatever. I love the show. It's great, but he's just like, God, he's fucking terrible, but I love him.
Yeah, it is one of those. Yeah, like it does follow a lot of shitty people, doing hilarious things. Like it's
ensemble in that one.
It is. It's good. It's a good one.
Double down.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Winning Time. I can't say enough about like Kayla enjoying her time watching Winning Time, and like I was real dubious about like the like I was really interested. I like basketball a lot, and stuff, but like I like the history of basketball a lot. So it was right up my alley. But I was like, I don't know if this is a Kayla thing. But like from the first episode, she was just like, okay, yeah, hell yeah, it's fun.
It's just a fun thing to watch.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so
I want to recommend a movie, and it's the Tony Hawk documentary.
Oh, yes.
When the wheels fall off, I believe.
When the wheels
it's something close to that.
Until the wheels fall off,
I think so. And for that thing, for the most part, is kind of just like a fun like look into Tony's life until it ain't, and it's this really like touching, profound kind of moment in the movie that I really like.
Oh, you mean Jackass 4, right?
Ooh. I still haven't watched the new Jackass.
If you have Netflix, Jackass 4.5 is better, and I would recommend that movie. That movie gives me the kind of stuff I wanted when I was like hyping up, like getting hyped for the movie.
Okay,
like the kind of retrospective, kind of look back, kind of stuff.
Damn it! I gotta watch Jackass again.
Yeah, 4.5 is all new stuff.
Wow,
it's not. It's like what it is really good. I don't know.
All right, I'm down.
Goopies for character of the year.
I enjoyed at least like watching Kayla squirm as I was watching Jackass Forever.
No. I went to bed and you stayed up laughing uncontrollably.
I did.
It's only 0.5 more.
It sounds like a great time.
I recommend that one too. That's on Netflix, I believe.
Nice.
I
don't know if I'd recommend it, but I did see the new Beavis and Butthead movie.
Oh, how was that?
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't even say it was bad. It was just Beavis and Butthead,
Because I've seen Do America within the last like 5 years, and I don't know, it still held up for me.
Do America was great. I
liked it.
It is not Do America, but it is not bad. I will say that.
All right.
Games.
Yeah.
Fidget games.
Tunic, definitely. The Quarry.
Tomas, have you played Tunic?
Too.
Yes. I have it on my...
Ooh.
I got it. It's on the Switch. Come on,
Nice.
baby. It's on the Switch. I played it.
I'm glad you're playing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb's fun.
The Quarry. I'm going to have to borrow that from Aaron or something.
We have it. Well, we have it on the Xbox.
I think we digitally downloaded it.
Give me your PlayStation.
Yeah, just throw it over him.
But it's on my Xbox.
Give me that too.
I've watched gameplay footage of Quarry.
That might be a good like badge immortality
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the Uncanny Valley like still creeps me out, like on the characters in the game.
They've not figured out the eyes. They've not figured out the
David Arquette, man. Fucking weird, dude. I was like, the second I saw his character, I was like, what?
Big year for Arquette this year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They didn't make Ready to Rumble 2. What?
If you guys want to in on my disappointment list, you might want to play a beloved Square RPG that was released.
Oh no! It wasn't Radical. No. It wasn't Radical Dreaming.
No, you're dreaming.
Oh no!
No, you're radical dreaming.
Oh.
I got a recommendation on This TV, I forgot that like this year has been such a fucking blur, man. Barely remember. But this one will be my mother's recommendation.
Ooh.
Also Jackie's. Bridgerton season 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Show's honestly not that bad. I've watched both seasons. The first season, a lot of sex stuff. Second season, they dialed it back though, a little bit more. But if you like romantic dramedy, it's not bad.
It's on my long list.
Jackie likes period drama stuff, and it's interesting enough that I'm like, okay, I'll put down the Switch and watch it with you.
The main character guy is like in that Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming out, and I'd be interested to see. I forget he's got an interesting name. He's got like 3 names. I think he's French or something. It's like
there's a lot of main characters. Picard.
Picard. Wow.
There's a lot of characters in that show. Yeah. So honestly, like Bridgerton is the main family, but like I guess the way they did the book series is each book is about one of the siblings in the family. So that's how they're doing. That's how they're doing the season. So
it's just like the hunky guy that I see in all of the trailers. I don't know. Maybe he's not even the main character, but
oh man, I'm not even gonna try to say it.
Bridgerton.
This is
it's like Regis Jean Page.
Yes.
Regis Jean.
Yes.
Regis Jean Page.
I'm just assuming he's French. He's got
that was my French accent, guys. You knew it.
You guys are pronouncing too many of the letters in that name.
That's a handsome dude. Like I remember watching the first season. I'm like, God damn, like I want to have sex with him.
Well, he's like the paladin in that Dungeons and Dragons movie with like Chris Pine and stuff. So I'd
let him protect my honor.
I've been mildly interested to see like, oh, is this dude cool? Like, do I want to see this movie with him in it? So yeah, Bridgerton, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So Jackass 4.5 and then Bridgerton right into.
Let's go.
Those are good.
Right.
Both on Netflix. Let's go.
Did any of you guys watch RRR?
We will before the end of the year. That's I've been recommended it enough that I'm gonna see it.
I've watched a slice of it. I need to try it. That's a long movie. I need to try that one again.
I watched the trailer like snippet that they show on Netflix, but a guy like using a chain to pull back like a tiger or some shit like that.
I think you'd be into it, Tomas. I think you'd really like it.
Oh my god, it is 3 hours and 7 minutes long.
Ooh,
yeah,
mama,
I said it was long.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's only like half of Wakanda Forever, though.
You said Wakanda Forever was like 7 hours, Mike.
Well, I'm saying RRR is half of
Good God.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out RRR before the end of the year, without a doubt. That's just been on so many people's like best movie of the year list that like got to do it.
Tomas, did you see Everything Everywhere?
Ooh,
no, I haven't. But Jackie is interested in it, so I can catch it before the end of the year.
Definitely check it out.
Definitely want to see that, and I definitely want to catch Black Panther before the end of the year, and I'll probably watch Jackass 4.5.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Prey, we've all seen that.
Prey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to come up in the
This movie's not about praying.
No.
There's no church in this movie at all, damn it.
Some of those characters might have been praying before they got murdered.
Something else that's on my list of stuff to watch, but we haven't watched yet, is Hustle. Has anybody watched that?
Oh, with Adam Sandler.
It's like that Adam Sandler basketball.
Selena put it on one night, and it didn't work for me. I don't know.
Like
not great Ben Foster in that. I would say.
Oh, Ben Foster's
Can we just talk about the Last Dance again?
He's the guy that's like against Sandler, like within the organization. Like he's the owner's son or something like that, and he's just a little shit, you know. And I want him to be but usually he's a shit that I root for the entire time, and I don't
terrible shit.
I don't want the other side of Ben Foster where I'm like, I don't.
I think it's gotten
in line with that man.
Him getting older has not
aged well.
Proven well.
Him aging did not age well.
He's losing his fastball. Getting into his Tim Wakefield.
Better hustle.
On topic, Ben Foster, was he the inspiration for Balder in the first God of War? I feel like he's Balder, right?
Yeah.
And that's funny you bring that up. I think that's a good comp. And a god in this game, I'm like, because the voice is so Josh Brolin.
Mm.
But man, there's also like Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, and I'm like, whoa, this is. I would have loved to seen him as this character in anything.
But it's actually Ryan Hurst, right? If we're thinking of the same character.
Yeah, sounds just like him. I think.
I don't know who that actor is.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's that dude.
He's the big, tall man from Sons of Anarchy. Wears his hair long and stuff, goatee.
With a beard.
Oh, I should tell
everybody in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he's also in The Walking Dead as well. I really like his portrayal of
So did he play that like Beta guy or whatever? Giant dude?
He does play Beta. You're right. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Same guy.
Damn, I didn't watch that far into the series, but I'm familiar with the comics.
Yeah, Beta's a cool character in the comics.
It was pretty cool in the comics, yes.
I mean, look at what he looks like.
Oh, yeah.
That's that dude.
That's
He's
right.
grizzled.
Yeah.
Was that the guy that everyone was sad when he?
God, spoilers for season 3 of Sons of Anarchy, Mike. Yes,
I thought it was like final season of that show.
Oh no, he died.
You're talking about Walking Dead.
Yeah. He might have died in Walking Dead too. I have no idea. Fell on that one. Yeah, no, he took a pipe to the back of the head in Sons of Anarchy. It was a pretty cool. It was like a prison fight. It was kind of cool. But anyway, that went somewhere.
Yeah, stuff that came out this year.
Watch Sons of Anarchy, guys.
I think Sons of Anarchy has some kind of offshoot that probably had an episode this year. So
Eric, you started to talk about The Wonder, which was released today.
I think that just came out, and that was getting a little bit of hype. It's like about 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and
she's getting hype. At least I've seen that. Just that her performance is outstanding, which I would expect nothing less.
That's the Possession movie or whatever, but
yeah, kind of, not eating the child not eating,
right?
She's like a skeptic trying to figure it out and stuff. So
gotcha.
Seems real interesting. But that might have to be a
there's still so much left in the year too that's coming out, and
good stuff.
Callisto Protocol, High on Life.
Yeah.
Somerville and Pentiment both came out a couple days ago. Someday
I might have to try. Well, you try Pentiment first.
Oh yeah,
and then you tell me how much it sucks because it's gonna suck.
But
I don't know, man. It's getting 10s and shit.
But if you like it, I guess I'll check it out.
I think Eric will like it.
Yeah, that's such an Eric game.
It's such an Eric game.
So much talking and reading.
Oh no.
History.
Oh my gosh, there's probably not any voice acting in that, huh?
No, I think there is. I hope there is. It seemed like it from the trailer, but maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm only seeing screenshots of it lately, so with a whole lot of text.
Yep.
I ain't got time to be reading.
I like there to be text. Don't get me wrong. We got the closed captioning on, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I like there to be sounds as well. I was
never a subtitles guy, and I am fully a subtitles guy from now
on.
The rest of my life, I think. We'll wait for Tomas to jump back in.
Hey.
That Discord just had a stroke.
Oh no. They do that.
I'm struggling myself for any have to recommend. I think luckily we've kind of seen a lot of the same things. We kind of have the same ideas of what we need to check out before now and the end of the year. There's Tomas, you gotta do God of War. You gotta do it. You gotta see it, play it, something.
I mean, I'll at least consume it in some medium.
Did you guys both watch Reservation Dogs? The new season?
I watched Rays. I'm down with the Rays.
Yeah.
This is a show that I don't even know. I keep thinking that it's going to not make it again because it didn't make it last year either, and that's Hacks season 2. It's very good, but man, I don't know. Everything's real good on TV for me. Like so.
Kayla watched both seasons back to
I
back.
thoroughly enjoyed them.
Yeah, Hacks season 2 is awesome.
At least to see some of the characters, you should watch it.
I'm trying to find out if I could get it in there somewhere. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have a square to spare for
my show list is very long of things that I need to sit down and consider. And the shows to watch still are long. We've got lists.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Did you check out Peacemaker, Tomas?
No, I did not.
Oh man.
Mike kind of turned me off with the butt rock and
But the
bad
butt rock
review.
is so good.
I love the butt rock.
You almost had me in there with a push Lady Lightning.
Peacemaker wouldn't sniff a top 10 for this year. I don't think. I think Peacemaker is all right, but come on now.
There you go.
It
didn't get the Michael Nelson bump. So
Chippendale's on my long list.
Chippendale.
I don't. For me personally, I don't know if Chip is gonna hang. It was such a fun. I'm glad it's not on disappointments. I'm glad it's not on that list. So, but man, what a fun movie. That's a good.
Did you check out any of the spookies, Tomas? Like Nope or what else was there? Barbarian, Bodies.
Nah, we don't really dig on that kind of stuff. Like I've never personally been big on gore or horror, unless it's slapsticky. That's why I'm a huge fan of Dead Alive and the Evil Dead series. But
you might dig Bodies then.
Yes.
In that case, that might be a hard recommend for me. So.
I tried watching Dead Alive with Jackie on Halloween, and even with not looking at it, the sounds were too gross for her to continue the movie. So
I think there's enough humor in Bodies that it can keep even maybe somebody who's a little freaked out or whatever watching. There's a lot of humor.
Bodies is so good.
Mm-hmm.
She can deal with humor stuff. I've gotten her through Shaun of the Dead. There's some gore in that movie.
Yeah,
rip people in half. Yeah.
I think we all checked out The Bear, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The Bear.
That's all the list. That's all. Everyone from The Bear is all the things. God, I love that show. Oh man, yeah.
That show does stuff to me.
Andor versus a bear. God damn.
Oh, you know what? You guys might both like. And it's a quick play. Midnight Fight Express. I think that's
okay.
Tomas, you like beat 'em ups, right?
To an extent.
Yeah. I mean, this is this is an elevated beat 'em up in a lot of ways. I mean,
okay.
I think I said when I played through it, my review was it's the closest to John Wick I've ever felt, and I stick to that. That is my back of the box quote for Midnight Fight
Back
Express.
of the box.
Every time you bring up that game, I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't played Sifu yet.
That's what I was about to ask. Has anybody played Sifu yet? I'm I literally have a Google page open for it right now on my computer.
It's on
I was
Switch
yo,
now,
what
right?
remember that game we were talking about? Fucking Sifu, last year.
I've been waiting for a Black Friday sale. That is when I'm gonna get that game and beat it. Play that shit.
We're gonna put that shit on the list before the end of the day, or end of the fucking year.
Kayla and Eric, I saw Pearl recently. Really enjoyed Pearl. I think it's between X and Pearl. I think Pearl's better. I think it's so tough because you have to watch them both.
Yeah, yeah, I want to see both.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they both drop down because X is $5 or something, and Pearl's 20.
Pearl's 20.
Yeah.
I laid down 20 on it, and I didn't regret it. So, but I understand that. Yeah. Both of those pretty gory stuff in both of those. So
the trailer lets you know. The trailer lets you know.
But there's like a really great performance, like a speech kind of thing, monologue in Pearl that I might recommend to you guys. I might have you guys look it up. We'll
Love
see.
A monologue. Love.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a good probably Thanksgiving watch. X and Pearl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Binge and purge. What up?
There's a lot of weird food stuff in Pearl.
Good.
Oh no. Oh no.
So maybe not before eating. Maybe after the meal, the feast.
Feast.
Yeah, so I have some things to vomit. Good, thanks.
There we go.
That's the type of stuff I don't like to watch. Stuff will make me mouthy food in mouth stuff. Is that what you mean?
Okay, back to the list. We just got to do top 5 horror this year, right? That's all the movies.
It's like a metric fuck
We
ton of
could.
horror movies,
We
man.
could easily.
You do like a top 50. It's like one every other like minute.
Yeah, our I feel like horror is going to be well represented in our Nonsense of the Year awards.
Good
All right.
God.
Well, we'll probably be talking a lot between now and the end of the year on, hey guys, you need to check this out because it just made my list and stuff like that. But I think this is a good primer. This is a good place to kind of start the wheels a turning on the Nonsense of the Year awards. I'm super excited. The end of the year snuck up on me like crazy. It always does. Everything does. Everything sneaks up on me. You know, just life is just sneaking up on me
So fast.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think this was a good conversation.
You forgot to mention Morbius, Eric.
I did forget to mention it. You're right. As just a movie of the year, a movie that came out this year and that I watched.
Morbid time, baby.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
exactly. That's
any
all
chance
that
to dunk on Jared Leto. I mean, let's go.
Oh, good stuff. So I think that's it. That's episode 103 of the Machine of Nonsense. We talked about the Nonsense of the Year Awards 2022. We're adding a category, folks, ensemble/cast. So that's going to be even longer. Those discussions will be even longer. Strap in. Those will probably
% more nonsense for you for free.
For free.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Until the Patreon hits.
Yeah, exactly. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Do we have a handle yet? What's up?
We've got all the handles.
Yeah.
Every handle.
Yeah, we can buy our check mark now. So
yeah, we should get verified. We should get verified on Twitter. I think that's the place to do it.
What is it, $8 a month?
Yeah, nothing. On a podcaster's salary, that's easy.
Yeah,
Get out of here. But if you want to go on Twitter, we're there. We're Machine Nonsense on Twitter, but we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We've got an email address, machineingnonsense@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you there. If you go up to anchor.fm/machineingnonsense, you can leave us a voicemail. We will listen to that, play it on this podcast in a future episode. Monstars, our Facebook fan group. Also,
give us your recommendations.
Yeah, please.
Give us
Stuff that we haven't talked about yet. Maybe there's some gems out there. Let us know on any social media.
Righteous Gemstones?
Send us an email, something. Yes, Righteous Gemstones. That's probably your recommendation.
I think that season was this year.
Yeah, I think it was.
Christ. Baby Billy.
Gosh. Yeah, let us know what your favorite things of the year were, or things you're still excited about the rest of the year, and maybe we'll add it to our list. I don't know. I think that's it, guys. I think episode 103 is in the books. We're getting out of here, and we're saying NOTYs.
Bye.
Download OPP.
Good ass.
Oh, you know me. You know what game's got a good boat? God of War.
Tons of
Again, that just reminded me of who's the guy from fucking Castlevania, the vampire guy who fucks boats.
Oh man, what is that guy's name?
It was a question on fucking
Yeah.
Jeopardy.
It was.
Had no idea. Godbrand was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Very nice.
That's my dude.
The man who fucks.
Yeah, me.
boats. I love
Man
it.
who fucks boats.
Master of fucking boats.
I'm glad I'm still recording. This is good.